Hey, it's Rich here with a quick wellness message, and this one's from Wandsworth Park in London on one of the most beautiful days you could ever imagine. Wow, pretty cool. So this morning I went barefoot running. Same thing I do every week, except this week I went barefoot running with an expert. I'd hired a coach. I realized that the results that I'm getting with barefoot running, whilst they're okay, I'm doing pretty well, they're not at the level that I want to see. So decided to take the plunge, spend some money, it wasn't cheap, and get some expert feedback, someone who does this day in and day out every day. And what he taught me was pretty amazing, actually, things that I had no idea about. And I've read all the books, I've watched lots of videos on YouTube, I read the blogs, I've put a fair amount of effort into this, yet he was able to give me some new understanding and insight that is most definitely going to push this thing forward for me. And it's probably going to take me several weeks to months to get to the level that I want to get to. In fact, if I listen to him, he's saying it's going to take another 2 years of hard work to get where I want to go, because my body is so conditioned to being a heel striking runner. And that's something that's very in tune with my own philosophy on life and health in particular. And you see, if you spent 10-20 years sitting at a desk developing poor postural health and poor spinal mechanics, if you spent 10 or 20 years eating a Western diet and getting nutritionally deficient and a little bit overweight, if you've spent 10 plus years not moving your body and developing a movement deficiency syndrome, if you spend 10 years failing to handle your emotional stress and getting caught up in a reaction mode every time something happens, then guess what? You're not going to change that overnight. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take concerted effort every day. And you know, in many ways, it's a little bit like creating and growing an apple orchard. You know, you plant some seeds, and then what you do? You nourish them, you water them, you give them sunlight, you give them time, you protect them from the elements, and you understand that this is then a process that has to take place. And each day, you know, those seeds get stronger, they start to germinate, and before you know it, they're popping above the ground. You're starting to see some results, but these results are, at this stage, still minimal a few weeks in. You see, all of these habits that you spent 10 years creating and forging a physiology that is below par, they're going to take you time to put right. It's going to take you many months, if not years, to start to put this stuff back where it should be. And so just be aware that the process of regaining your health is not necessarily quick. Please don't go looking for the magic bullet, the quick fix. It doesn't exist. And as I watch this man doing high intensity type sprint training behind me, I'm wondering to myself if he's looking for that magic bullet approach, because very often this is a common thing amongst people who do high intensity training, is they're looking for all the results in the shortest period of time. Who knows? Possibly not. Maybe he's got this as part of a pretty sweet overall training program, but just be aware. Regaining your health is a process. It takes time. And the same goes for every area of your life that you may be trying to change and improve. So that's it. Start today, plant the seed, give the process time, and trust in it. Have some faith. It works every time, 100% of the time, if you do the work. Thanks for listening.